Hello everybody, my name is Belfi, and today we'll be playing the 14 Days With You demo, where after moving back to Corlin Bay, things have started to become more unsettling. Your laundry always seems to go missing, creepy footsteps echo down your hallway at night, and to make matters worse, your neighbor swears she saw someone sneak out of your apartment while you were away. But hey, at least the pink-haired stranger you met at work is there to keep you safe. 14 Days With You is a demo for an upcoming horror romance game and is intended to be played by those who are 18 and older. Themes will get darker as more days are released. Player discretion is advised. This demo involves mild, coarse language, horror, gore, and unsettling themes such as being stalked, violence, death, and murder. It also involves eye-straining text, screen shakes, and the potential to cause seizures for those with photosensitive epilepsy. Welcome back. Enter your core updates username to continue. Let's go ahead and just make that bell. I've missed you, Angel. That's sweet. I think that's him talking to us. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and customize our character, because why not? Let's go ahead and make it look as much like me as possible. I think this hairstyle is fine. Thick thighs, or... I guess my thighs are pretty thin. What would you like to be called? Belfi Gore. I usually honestly like, keeping the default names in most games, but not in this case, since it's supposed to be customizable. Let's use he, him pronouns, but can we customize it, yeah, to where we're androgynous? That's awesome. Okay, I think that's good. Let's go ahead and get started. Would you like to enable the 18 plus DLC? I did buy the 18 plus DLC, but unfortunately I don't think YouTube would like it very much if we played through it together. So I'll have to be doing that on my own time. Belfi. Huh. I see. I can't wait to officially meet you. And in other news, the remains of yet another body has been pulled out from Lake Blue Moss, making it a total of 4 unidentifiable victims this past year. Authorities believe that. Ugh. Stifling a groan with the rim of my coffee cup, I fish around for the remote lodged between the cushions and turn off the TV. I wasn't about to let some morbid headline damper the start of my cheerful morning, especially considering how today was going to be my first day at work after finally getting that hard-earned promotion. I mean, sure, stacking and sorting through books at a library might not have been my dream job, or even my first choice of places to work after moving back. But the pay was nice, my coworkers were friendly, and the building was located within the perfect walking distance from my apartment. There was even this adorable little bakery along the way that served the best shortcakes and croissants known to mankind, and the manager there always loved to hand out small freebies whenever I stopped by. It still beats living in the city though. Honestly, I wasn't even sure why I left my hometown in the first place. The fast-paced hustle and bustle lifestyle of the city just wasn't what I was longing for when I stared out of my window on sleepless nights, and the people there were always rude and indignant. It was nothing like Corlin Bay, where everyone felt like a close-knit family, and the air smelled like the sea rather than pollution. And sure, the local crime rate might be getting out of hand as of late, and there might be fewer things for me to do here, but my new job keeps me busy, and I prefer spending time alone at the beach over visiting shady bars with people I barely considered friends. In fact, setting my mug onto the table, I reach into my pocket and pull out my phone. A notification from Moth, my online friend, pops up, so I tap on the screen to read their message. What greets me is an adorable sticker of some anime character giving a thumbs up, as well as a short message that says "Good luck today" underneath. Moth had always been adamant about showing their endless support for me, even after 5 years of friendship, cursed memes, and late-night video calls. And even though I would never admit it out loud, I was truly grateful to have someone like them in my life. Pulling up the keyboard, I begin to type a response to their message. Let's go ahead and save. Okay, so we can say thank you, send back another sticker, reply later, or send a meme with zero context. I think we'll just send back another sticker. That seems most like me personally. When did I download that pack of anime stickers? Not that I was about to complain or anything. After all, they were free, charming, and included some of my favorite comfort characters. Without hesitating, I sent back a sticker of some green-haired protagonist holding up a giant heart. A gray chat bubble pops up just as I hit the send button, indicating that Moth was typing out another message. By the way, did you see the latest AOG app? I heard Haruko got an outfit change. Spoil it for me. Did he really change his hairstyle as well? Or was it really just his sorcerer outfit? I can't call myself his spouse if I don't even know whether he changed his look or not. Attack on Giants, or AOG as Moth liked to call it, is a popular anime series that we recently became obsessed with, and Haruko is one of the main characters from the show. He is a sorcerer from the Shizuka clan, and is widely known for his shy, empathetic, and airheaded demeanor, and as of late, his unique hairstyle has become a trending topic within the anime community. Now that I'm thinking about it, what hairstyle did Haruko have in the latest episode of AOG? Let's go ahead and save again. Haruko's hair is short now, Haruko's hair is mid-length now, Haruko's hair is long now. His hair is still the same. Honestly, I don't know if we're supposed to know, but I'm going to just go ahead and say it's the same. It's still the same. Oh, for real? Haruko never changed his hairstyle? I guess that makes sense, lol. I was probably looking at some fake news or something, ha ha ha. By the way, I don't mean to change the subject, but didn't you say last night that you were going to head to work at 8 AM? Because it's like almost 9:30 where you are right now, right? Or am I just dumb and got the time zones mixed up again? LOL. Looking at the time displayed on my phone, I immediately let out a string of curses and leaped to my feet. Shit. Grabbing the coat that I had carelessly strewn across the back of the sofa earlier, I quickly shrug it on before making a beeline towards the front door. Before I leave, however, I spare myself one final glance in the poorly hung mirror in the hallway. Hopefully, the outfit I chose was appropriate for my job. Something cutesy, something comfy, something alternative, something professional, something trendy, or something casual. I'm gonna pick something alternative. Okay, so maybe my outfit might not match the vibes of the library, but hey, at least I'll look hot while stacking those books. I think an alternative baddie can belong in the library. I don't think it's too out of place. But I get what they mean. Adjusting the black choker around my neck and readjusting the fishnet mesh, I give myself an appreciative nod in the mirror. Not the black choker. I honestly think the black choker is a bit dated. That's just me. But enough of that. I can check myself out another time. Hastily, I smooth out the wrinkles and pick off any stray pieces of lint from my sleeves before I finally head out the front door. And almost catch my coat on the door handle in the process. With a grumble, I dug at the fabric of my coat before slamming the door shut with a little bit too much force than necessary. Even trying to insert my key came with a bit of a struggle, and I had to fight the urge to yell in frustration as I attempted to lock my door. Seriously, when will that lazy bum of a landlord do something about this? I swear I've complained about this at least 4 times this month. Oh, hey there, Belfie. Looking good. She's cute. My neighbor, Violet, practically beams at me while she fishes through her pockets for her own apartment key. Resting on her hip was yet another potted plant, and I found myself wondering where she was going to put it this time. I was almost entirely convinced that her whole apartment had been turned into a greenhouse at this point, considering how her balcony was practically filled to the brim with different kinds of plants, greenery, and other various kinds of flora. But I wasn't about to complain or anything. The fragrance that wafted in with the wind always smelled floral and earthy, and it did well to mask the smell of smoke and burnt food whenever I tried to cook. Love the shoes, by the way. The color really complements your aura this morning. Are our shoes not just black? Oh well. I guess our aura is, dark. You'll have to let me peek inside your closet someday. I've been looking for some new inspiration lately, especially with winter right around the corner. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Oh, but back to you. Her voice pulls me away from my thoughts, and I notice how the growing smile on her face doesn't seem to falter. I wonder what this symbol does. Let's go ahead and check it out. Hello, Belfie. Oh, it tells what day it is and what time it is. That's awkward. Well, I guess you guys know what day I'm recording this video and what time I'm doing it at. That's fine. We can change our status to promoted, since we just got promoted. In my house spouse era, don't at me. I think this is our friend Moss. Stop interfering with my walks, Tio. I swear I'll mace you again. This is our neighbor. Who's Tio? And why do they have to mace them? Why is she macing them? Wow, Violet sure was extra chirpy this morning. I wonder if she'd let me borrow some of that energy. In response, I shoot my neighbor a grin of my own, and it was apparently enough to brighten her mood even more than it was already. Let's go ahead and save again. What exactly are you holding? Is that another plant? It's nice to see you again. Sorry, Vi, I'm in a rush. I think the last option makes the most sense since we are late to work by like an hour and a half, I think. That's okay, don't let me stop you. She gives me a soft smile and waves her free hand before focusing her attention back on her door. That is until she suddenly jolts as if she just remembered something and swivels on her heels to look at me once more. Oh, I almost forgot. I've been meaning to ask you this, but when were you going to tell me that you were seeing someone? Or seeing someone? Huh? A knowing look pulls at her features as Violet continues to fiddle with the lock on her door. What are you talking about? Come on, don't act like you didn't just have a guy over last night. I saw him leaving when I took Kathy out for a walk. I'd be more worried about my neighbor taking her plants, named plants, out on a walk at night, but the thought of someone leaving my apartment seemed to set off way more alarm bells. I give Violet a concerned look, and she picks up on it almost immediately. You don't remember? Don't tell me you were drunk or something. With a huff, she gives up on trying to unlock her door. It seemed as though we both share the same problem with our apartment locks, and places her potted plant on the ground before slowly making her way towards me. Tall guy, wearing a dark slasher hoodie, probably into either alt fashion or bondage with the crazy amount of belts and loops wrapped around his leg. Ring any bells? Last night I was just catching up on some TV shows and talking with my friend. No one came here. Even if they did, I would have heard them. My place isn't really that big anyway. Really, but I was so sure it was your door. A hand rests on her cheek in a thinking manner before she pouts up at me, seemingly giving in, for now. Well, alright then. Maybe it was somebody else's apartment? I mean, it's always so dark in these hallways at night. Honestly, what is our landlord doing? Would you mind if I check in with security downstairs later and give me some peace of mind? Yeah, that's fine. Alright then. Thank you, Belfie. Well, I got some plants to water and some MMOs to raid in, so... Violet lets out one last huff before she picks up her plant. But did she name this one again? And goes back to unlocking her door. Good talk, I guess, even if it was kinda awkward, hee. Yeah, sure. See you later, Vi. Slipping past my neighbors and into the cramped hallway. My neighbor, and into the cramped hallway, I quickly make for the stairs. When will they fix that broken elevator? And break into a slight jog. I lived in an apartment once where the elevator worked when I first moved in, but then after that, it just never worked again, even when I was moving out, and I lived there for like an entire year. And it was bad to move without the elevator. It kinda sucked really bad. Thankfully, the weather was rather cool today, and the shoes I chose weren't going to leave me with blisters by the time I reached the library. The smell of old paper, coffee, and soft incense floods my senses as I step through the library's glass doors. The melodic chimes alert the woman at the reception desk of my arrival, and I watch as she tucks a strand of stray blonde hair behind her ear as she turns around to greet me. Good morning, Eleanor. Oh. She looks surprised for some reason before her expression morphs into a soft smile, and she beckons me closer with a nod of her head. Eleanor is one of my coworkers here at Cortland Bay Library, and one of the very few people here who actually gets the work done. And although she's notorious for being rather scatterbrained, she more than makes up for it with her caring and doting attitude towards everyone. But her nurturing personality can get rather overbearing at times. I often find myself having to step away to get some breathing room. Nevertheless, she's charming to work with, and I appreciate her always looking out for me. After all, who knows what my sleeping schedule would have looked like without her help. Elfie, just on time, I printed out your... Wait, where did I... Her expression turns into slight panic as she spins on her heels, and I silently watch with amusement as she shuffles through the various books and stacks of papers lining her desk. Where did I leave it? Ah, here it is. Spinning around once more, Eleanor comes back and hands me a sheet of paper with the word schedule printed in big, bold letters. I take it from her grasp and give the sheet a once-over. Well, it looks like I'm going to be busy for the next few weeks, but I guess Eleanor doesn't seem to share the same disdain as me, judging from the playful look plastered on her face. So, how does it feel to no longer be the one in charge of stacking books all day long? Although, you'll still have to work the front desk from time to time though, unfortunately. I offer a weak smile at her words before rounding the corner and placing my bag under the desk. And as I begin to pull out some of my belongings, the front door chimes again, letting everyone know that another patron has come in. Figuring Eleanor has it all covered, I leave the customer to her as I go back to preparing everything for the day. But as I turn around to check on her, I notice that she had already finished greeting the customer and was on her way back to her own desk across from mine. As if sensing my gaze, she spins around in her office chair and flashes me a teasing grin. Looks like he's back again. Eleanor gives a soft chuckle as she inclines her head in the direction of the person she was talking about. You know, that new guy. I don't know when he started showing up here in the Bay, but he always comes in and rents out the books you recommend on the display window. And if I didn't know any better, I'd say he has a little crush on you. Especially with that outfit you've got on. It makes you look rather gorgeous, so I can't really fault him for staring. Because he was staring. A lot. Snorting, I push Eleanor's office chair so that she's facing the other way and focus my attention back to the papers in front of me. What was with everybody today? Always smiling, gossiping about other people, and meddling in business that wasn't their own. It was bad enough that I had to deal with a potential intruder, but I doubt my deadbeat landlord was gonna do anything about it. I might need to buy a stronger lock on my way home from work, maybe even some kind of alarm system. But would the store still be open by then? All of a sudden, I get pulled backwards as Eleanor playfully wheels my chair around and leans over my shoulder to softly speak into my ear. Would you look at that? Lover boy in aisle 8 needs some help, it seems. She nods in the direction of the red light flashing above the bookshelves, signaling to the staff that someone in the row needed assistance. With a sigh, I reluctantly stand up and make my way over. I already knew for a fact that Eleanor wasn't going to help them herself, so I begrudgingly begin to make my way towards aisle 8 alone. I knew better than to glance back at her though, knowing fully well that my teasing coworker would be sporting the biggest grin on her face at my misfortune. Ducking around the corner and into the aisle, I was immediately met with a broad backside that was covered by what had to be the comfiest looking cardigan I'd ever seen. The person whom it belonged to, however, hadn't seemed to notice me yet, so I awkwardly clear my throat and absent-mindedly shift my weight from one foot to the other. Ahem. Ah. He seems to jump at the sudden noise before sheepishly turning around to face me. Immediately, I was taken aback by his soft demeanor, doe-like eyes, and imposing height. So this was the guy who always rented out my recommended books on the display window, huh? He definitely fit the aesthetic of a cozy literature lover needing a good book. His pink hair also reminded me of Haruko, an anime character I had recently been obsessing over with Moth during our late-night video calls. In fact, even the overall cut and style appeared vaguely similar to his. But then again, this hairstyle could have been trending right now or something, and I just so happened to be the last to know about it. I wonder if, like, our choice from before regarding Haruko's hair changes his hair. Maybe I'll have to check later. But now that I really had a good look at him, which proved difficult considering his towering height, this stranger also seemed to bear a near picture-perfect resemblance to the male lead from this webcomic I was reading. It was called Always With You, and it involved the main character meeting the love of his life at a... As if noticing my spaced out look, the stranger absent-mindedly scratches at his jaw while he waits for me to snap out of my thoughts. In fact, I had been so distracted that I didn't even realize that he had been muttering quietly to himself. Whoa, you look... But I thought you preferred softer clothing, that's why I... Oh, I wonder if our outfit changes what he says here. Ahem, sorry, I hope I'm not bothering you. I was just looking for, His voice pulls me back to the present, and I hastily try to make sense of what was spilling from his cherry-tinted lips. Watching him struggle with his words would have made anyone feel bad, so I offer him a reassuring smile in return and an encouraging nod of my head. At that, he takes a steady inhale of air before trying again. I need some help. I'm looking for a specific book, you see, but... And now he's playing with the ends of his sleeves. I felt the sudden urge to reach out and stop him. Did I find the action annoying, endearing, relatable? Who knows, but instead, I held back and waited for him to find the words to speak. But wow, even his mannerisms were eerily similar to Haruko's. The endearing awkwardness and the sleeve tugging gave me a sense of deja vu, and it honestly felt like he walked straight out of the anime and into this very library. Man, Moth is going to freak when I tell them about this later. The stranger in front of me takes in another shaky inhale before he tries to speak once more, this time with a lot more confidence in his tone and a fire in his eye. Do you have any books on native flora? The best I've found are on generic wildlife, but nothing about Corlin Bay's plants. Or maybe I'm just in the wrong aisle? He was looking for a book about the native flora. Perhaps I should introduce him to Violet. Chuckling to myself at the thought, I stepped closer to the tall man and began scanning the contents of the shelf beside him. He almost seems to flinch at the sudden closeness between us, but showed no sign of moving away. In fact, he seemed to almost lean closer and incline his head towards mine. And had I not been too preoccupied with finding that book, I would have noticed how his breath hitches in his throat as my scent floods his senses. No, you're definitely in the right aisle. Those kinds of books are just more hidden, I guess. I step past him this time and make my way over to the lower part of the shelves. Absent-mindedly, I run a finger against the spines of each book until I come into contact with one book in particular. Then, bending over slightly, I pull the book from the shelf and give the cover a once-over before offering it to the man behind me. Is this what you're looking for? Too preoccupied with the misplaced book on the bookshelf, Who Brings Cookbooks to the Nature Aisle, I barely notice how his blue eyes trail across my form before landing on the book held out in my outstretched hand. Is he checking us out? Was it me, or did he have a certain glint in his eyes? Oh, he's definitely checking us out. Was this book really that interesting, or perhaps this tall stranger was just really into nature? Well, not that it mattered, because he was already taking a tentative step forward and revealing more of his hands from the depths of his long sleeves. With shaky fingers, I watch as the stranger reaches out and takes it from my grasp. He flips through a few pages to take in its contents before finally settling on the book with an affirmative nod. Yes, this is exactly what I was looking for. Thank you. I'm glad. Haha, you're like an angel sent from heaven or something. You're so helpful. Kind too. What? What? Oh, I didn't... Did I say that out loud? I didn't mean to. Ugh, that must have been so weird. I'm so sorry. He looked as though he was about to cry now, so I hastily threw up my hands in a comforting manner and shot him a reassuring smile. Hey, it's fine. No need to freak out. I wasn't expecting someone to say that about me is all. Really? Well, I think it's true for what it's worth. You really are like an angel. Thanks. Figuring that was my cue to leave before things got awkward, I give him one last friendly smile and subtly glance back towards the front desk. But the eccentric man showed no signs of moving. Instead, he just looked down at me expectantly. I couldn't say that. Did he want to continue the conversation? It seemed unlikely as he didn't say anything, he simply stared at me. Awkwardly, I clear my throat for what had to be the millionth time today and gesture vaguely to the reception desk behind me. Well, if you don't need any more help, I should... This is just getting weird now. Should I even attempt to continue this conversation, or just leave? I mean, it would seem rude to just walk away abruptly, especially considering how he's apparently a regular patron in the library I worked at, but he wasn't making much of an effort either. So, what should I do? Click save. Keep talking to him, stare back at him, politely excuse yourself and leave, lie and end the conversation. I don't see why we'd need to lie. I think we can just politely excuse ourselves and try to leave. I should probably head back to the front desk now. Sorry, but I can't be away from it for too long unless I want to get fired or something. Well, wait, He seems almost hesitant for a moment before his hand shoots out. Most of it was covered by his sleeve of his cardigan, but it was close enough to my line of sight that I could make out the faint cuts and marks lining his fingers. Were those burn marks? My name is Ren. It was nice to meet you, and thank you for your help. Oh, was he introducing himself? In that case, I take his outstretched hand and give it a gentle shake. His breath seems to catch in his throat at the contact, but he disguises it by clearing his throat awkwardly. I'm Belfi. It's nice to meet you too, but I really do need to go back and... Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay. Say, are you busy later? I'd love to thank you for helping me find this book. Seriously, what was up with this guy? One minute he's shy, and the next he's bold. It was almost like he's putting up several fronts to see which one I responded to better. Actually, I'll be busy this afternoon. I need to buy a new lock for my apartment. A new lock? That doesn't sound good. Can I ask why? I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell him. I mean, what was he gonna do? Personally show up to my doorstep and test the new lock himself? I mean, he just might. I don't know. Apparently someone broke into my apartment last night, and I didn't notice. I don't think they stole anything, but still. It's creepy. I figured it's better to be safe than sorry, you know? Yeah, but it sounds like instead of a lock, you just need to jump the scumbag when they least expect it, and beat them up to teach them a lesson. Stay up all night if you have to. Really get that edge on them. I couldn't help but let out a genuine chuckle at his suggestion. If I had to choose, then this would have been Then this would have to be the I can't speak. Then this would have to be the side of him that I preferred. He seemed at ease, and his words weren't as forced or awkward. Yeah, and who's gonna be the one to beat the guy up at 3 AM? Because last I checked, I'm not really the type to go around throwing punches at people I don't know. And definitely not before the sun is up and shining. I could do it for you. You, but... I mean, we don't even know each other that well, and... That's fine. I can tell you all about myself on the walk there. My whole life story and everything. Where I was born, the school I went to, how many cute librarians I've met. Which happens to be one, so far. Before I could even comment on his sudden confidence, Ren seems to pick up on my discomfort as his choice of words. If it even was discomfort that I was feeling, and hastily backtracks. Hey. Or not. I was just messing around. I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. There it was again, that subtle shift in his personality. But now that he mentioned it, would it really hurt to invite him to my place for the night? He definitely looked like he could handle himself in a fight, his contrasting outfit aside, so maybe it wasn't that bad of an idea? Okay, first of all, why are we inviting strangers over to our home? We barely know this guy. So honestly, the answer would be don't invite him over. But for the plot, we have to invite him over. It's for the plot. Actually, you know what? Would you mind coming over and staying the night? I'd feel a bit safer knowing someone else was around. Oh, you actually want me to come over? I mean, yeah, sure, definitely. He seems a bit too eager for this. If it's not too much trouble, I get... Where is he? Belfi? Ah! There you are. Someone at the front desk is looking for you, and oh, sorry. Are you busy right now? I can... Impeccable timing as always, Eleanor. Oh, he looks pissed off. No, it's fine. I think everything is already handled here, right? I give the two of them a soft smile before making my way towards the reception desk. But as I pass by Eleanor, I gently clasp a hand on her shoulder and shoot her a playful look of my own. If you need more help, I'm sure Eleanor here can assist you. She loves helping others, right? And as I turn to leave, I barely miss the way Ren's eyes zone in on my hand resting on Eleanor's shoulder. Hours seem to pass by in a blur, and soon enough, I find myself resting up in the employees' lounge. My mind drifts back to the guy from earlier, and I couldn't help but wonder what happened to him afterwards. Did he rent out the book I offered? What about my recommended novel of the week? Ren surely was strange, to say the least, but I had to admit that he did seem kind of cute with his oversized cardigan and timid demeanor. He still gave me off-putting vibes though, especially with his ever-changing personality. And if I had to be completely honest, that shy and timid persona that he displayed felt rather forced to me. It was almost as if he saw it on TV or something and wanted to try it out himself. And I just happened to be one of his first victims. But who was I to call him out for it? That was his business if he wanted to act all shy and demure. Belphie, everything alright? It's not often I find you here at this time. Conan, my boss, startles me as he suddenly appears in the entranceway. Everyone saw him as some kind of blessing to this institution, because the moment he showed up, all forms of trouble seemed to disappear overnight. Those low-life teens started causing chaos elsewhere, and the rumored gangs became few and far between. At first, I thought that he might have been linked with these criminals because of his intimidating gaze and facial scars, but then I got to know him better and found out that he held a massive soft spot for those dear to him. Though, much like Eleanor, Conan felt more like a father figure with how much he fretted over his staff and their well-being. I mean, he literally installed a new air conditioner and water dispenser last week because one of his employees fainted due to heat stroke. It wasn't anything too major, but it was nice to know that our boss was considerate enough about the people he hired. I doubt I could say the same about my old job in the city. Conan was also nice to chat to whenever I went on my breaks, and would always encourage me to take as much time as I needed before I returned to my desk. But after realizing that I had once again been spacing out, I pulled myself away from my thoughts and turned to offer my boss an acknowledging smile. Yeah, I'm fine, just taking a short break. I'll be back out there soon. Take as long as you need. Don't overwork yourself. He seems hesitant to leave. If the way he was shifting from one foot to the other was any indication, he shoots me a concerned look before opening his mouth, only to close it once more in contemplation. Have you seen Eleanor? I asked her to come see me regarding the unsorted novels in the storeroom, but she's yet to show up. Eleanor? Last I saw her, she was talking to one of our patrons in aisle 8. Maybe she's still there? That would be crazy if she's still there. Hasn't it been hours since then? I'll have to check again then. Thank you. And with that, he disappeared just as quietly as he came. But that was odd. It wasn't like Eleanor to suddenly go missing. Was she still occupied with Ren? It'd been a while, so I figured she would have finished helping him and left by now. Definitely, if it's been hours, there's no way he has needed help for like 3 hours. Oh well, I'm sure she'll turn up sooner or later. Ren didn't seem much like a talkative person anyway. Jeez, why did my thoughts keep returning to that eccentric man? Deciding that I wasn't going to waste my time thinking about any more pink-haired guys, my beloved Haruko aside, I get up from the lounge and meander my way back towards the front desk again. But once I arrive, I immediately notice that my chatty coworker was still nowhere to be found. It was just like my boss had said. Eleanor wasn't anywhere to be seen, and it wasn't like her to leave the reception desk unattended for so long. Maybe she managed to knock over a pile of books again and was busy cleaning it up. It certainly wouldn't be anything out of the ordinary for her. Well, whatever. I'm sure she'll turn up again soon. The impact from me plopping down into my office chair causes some of the papers around me to rustle, and a bright pink sticky note fluttering around captures my attention. Assuming it was left here by Eleanor, I peel the folded note off my computer screen and read it. Angel. Unfolding it read the following. I'll wait for you after work, but if you change your mind about our deal, just keep walking. I'll take the hint, don't worry. That stuttering guy from aisle 8. The stuttering guy from aisle 8. I couldn't help but crack a smile at the name Ren chose for himself. Before I could allow Eleanor the chance to manifest behind me and tease me to Kingdom Come, I pocket the note and go back to sorting through the stack of returned books left on the desk. True to his word, I catch a glimpse of Ren patiently waiting for me on one of the benches as I pack up for the day and leave the library. From afar, he looks like an oversized puppy waiting for his owner to return from work, and admittedly I find it rather cute, especially with how his figurative tail starts to wag upon my arrival. Ren seems all too happy to see me, but before I can even call out to him, he offers me a bottle of water that I assumed he bought from one of the convenience stores down the street. You sure worked hard today. Now you can finally rest, huh? He's looking down at me again with a glimmer of expectancy in his eyes, so I hesitantly take the bottled water from his grasp and give him an affirmative nod of my head. Thanks. No problem. Did you want to head off now, or do you want to rest a bit? I mean, you were standing a lot today. He almost seems lost in his thoughts now, and I wonder how he knew what I'd been doing all day. After all, I figured he would have left after he found that book, but maybe he stayed a bit longer to read it. Yeah, was he here the whole time? He was probably waiting here the whole time. Oh no, I'm fine, but do you think we could make a quick detour on the way? I still need to... Cause like, how else would he know what time we got off of work? I mean, I guess we kind of already know he's our stalker, but... You know. Belfie. Heyo. I could recognize those boisterous voices anywhere. The first one belonged to Jaehyun, or simply just Jae, a guy I'd met at university. He sat next to me during the first few days of orientation, and even offered to lend me his phone charger when my battery started to run out. He's a fun guy to be around, though his extroverted and energetic personality was often hard to keep up with. But Leon, the other guy practically hanging off Jay's arm, was a different story. We'd practically known each other since we were babies, but he moved away from Cortland Bay when we were still in elementary school. I wasn't sure when he moved back to the Bay, but it was great knowing I'd be able to see him again. I just wished I could find the time to hang out with him just like we used to, but I was always busy with work, and he was always busy playing volleyball and taking care of his sick mother in the hospital. Before I knew it, I was being pulled out of my thoughts by Jay's bubbly laughter. Hey, still with us? Hey, Belfie, finally finished with work? Oh, and who's this? Oh, he's pissed again. This is Ren. We actually met at work today. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to tell Leon, the human personification of overprotective, that I had just met the man today. What would he think if he found out I was bringing home a complete stranger? He usually rents out my recommended books at the library anyway. Leon, Jay, this is Ren. Ren, this is Leon and Jay. Unfortunately, these guys are my friends. It's truly unfortunate to know a handsome bloke such as myself. Leon dramatically clutches the spot over his heart as he leans further into Jay's shoulder. So, you're Ren? Are you new here? I like to think that I know everyone here in the Bay, but it seems you've proven me wrong. Yeah, I recently moved here a couple months ago. Oh, same as Belfie. I'm pretty sure he moved back here like, what? 2 months ago, right? Leon looks at me for confirmation, and I meekly nod my head. Strange how I've only been back here for 2 months, and I've yet to find enough time to catch up with all my friends. Oh, what a coincidence. Anyway, talking about moving is boring. Do you want to come hang with us? I hardly noticed the way Ren gets shoved to the side by Jay, intentionally or not, nor could I make out the scowl on his face as soon as the excitable man leans a little too close into my personal bubble. We were just about to head over to the club Shoreline. We were just about to head over to Club Shoreline. Do you want to come? I'm sure Leon wouldn't mind paying for you as well. Oi, I don't mind paying for him, but who said anything about paying for you? I did, just now. Thanks, Leon, you're the best. I don't miss the way Leon rolls his eyes at Jay's antics before settling his gaze on me once more. You want to tag along? I really don't mind paying if you do. Sorry guys, I've actually already made plans. And do these plans have anything to do with this lanky fellow? My name is Ren. Actually, yeah, I promised I'd hang out with him today. Aw, he can come clubbing with us too, the more the merrier. I'd rather not. Sorry, maybe some other time. I'm kinda drained from work anyway, so... Hey, no worries, Darl. Just make sure you take it easy when you get back home, yeah? He shoots me a considerate smile before throwing an arm over Jay's shoulder. Well then, if you'll excuse us, I gotta find a way to get this knucklehead to cover his own entry fees. We can all catch up another time, okay? And if you need help with anything, just give me a ring, yeah? I'll watch my phone like a hawk tonight. It was nice catching up with you, Darl. And nice meeting you too, Ron. He didn't even get his name right. As they leave, I notice the way Leon looks Ren up and down, almost as if he was sizing him up. But Jay, like always, ignores the mood and thumps Leon in the back to encourage him to walk faster. I watch as they both throw a carefree wave over their shoulders as they both head off in the direction of the nightclub a few blocks down the street. So, that wasn't awkward at all. I turned to look at Ren, but his eyes seem to be fixated on the two retreating figures. He doesn't seem to snap out of it, so I gently call out his name again. Oh, sorry, do you wanna head back home now? In the end, we make a quick... I can't speak. We made a quick detour to the local locksmith before heading back to my apartment. So, this is my place. You'll have to excuse the mess. I wasn't expecting to have anyone over. Hey, don't worry about it. I know you're not a messy person. I mean, from what I can tell, you don't really seem like the type. For a stalker, he's very not careful with his words. Like, he's very suspicious. Yeah, well, I hope you can keep that image of me after you see the state of my place. His soft laughter echoes down the hallway and almost drowns out the sound of my neighbor opening her door. Oh, Violet almost seems embarrassed as she jumps behind her door, clearly not expecting someone to be around at this time, but she brushes it off with a soft smile and steps outside. Hello again, Belfie. We seem to be bumping into each other a lot today, huh? Oh, who's this? How do I explain to my neighbor that Ren wasn't some guy I had just met at work today? I'm certain she'd chew me out for bringing home a complete stranger, but still, he didn't exactly seem like the type to murder me in my sleep. In fact, he seemed more like the type of guy to ask me to return his order because he asked for no pickles or something. I'm Ren. Immediately, his large frame blocks my view as he steps in front of my neighbor and me, almost as if he wanted to put as much distance between us as possible. One of his hands shoots out from inside his pocket, and he gruffly offers it to Violet for her to shake. Concerned about his abrupt actions, I sidestep him and look to gauge his expression. I'm a friend of Belfie's. I see, I haven't seen you around before though. Are you new to the area? Relax, Vi. He's not some serial killer or anything. At least, I sure hope he wasn't. And why did I feel the sudden urge to defend him? It wasn't like I could confidently say that he was some holy being that flew down from heaven or something. Maybe he was the one who needed to be called an angel instead. Well, it didn't really matter. Really, Ren actually offered to stay at my place for the night in case that creep decides to come back. Oh, well, I mean, he certainly has the height for it. I get that a lot. But don't worry, he's safe in my hands. Well, alright then. A friend of Belfie is a friend of mine. But I have my eye on you, Mr. Totally Not Serial Killer. She whispers the next part to Ren under her breath, but clearly had the intention of letting me hear it as well. Just remember that I know what you look like now, so don't complain if you see your face plastered all over milk cartons soon enough. Violet is so cute. She's a real one. Well, alrighty then, enjoy your night, and no funny business, you two. I'm off for my walk now. Toodles. Ignore her, please. Alright. Okay, but I gotta ask, was she holding a potted plant? On a walk? Yes, she was. Dropping my keys into the bowl, I shrug out of my coat and drape it over one of the chairs near the entrance. Well, make yourself at home. Turning to Ren, I watch as he awkwardly shuffles about in the hallway, almost uncertain if she should come inside or not. He moves to take off his shoes, and I watch in awe as he neatly stacks them next to the umbrella rack. Oh, are you the type to leave your shoes on at home? Sorry, all. No. Please take your shoes off before entering my home. Thank you. No, you're fine. Ugh, he really was adorable. Now that he was here, I wasn't quite sure what to do next. Usually I'd pop on a TV show or some anime while I chow down on some takeaway food, or even just talk with Moth until some unreasonable hour in the morning. But now that I had company over, I wasn't quite sure what to do. I didn't even know what Ren liked to do in his free time. Turning to face the pink-haired man once more, I almost jumped back in fright. Clearly I wasn't expecting him to get so close to me while I was lost in thought. I could almost feel the heat radiating from his large frame, and feel the small puffs of air leave his nostrils as he shyly leans down to look at me. Oh, so... Breathe, Belfie, breathe. Was there anything you wanted to do, or... Because I usually just... Damn it, it was hard to think straight when he was standing so close to me and wafting his stupidly strong scent of mint and fresh linen in my direction. I actually really do love the smell of fresh linen. Definitely one of my favorite scents. Why was I even so attentive to the way Ren smelled? Wow, I'm beginning to sound like a creep. Nah, I don't really have anything I need to do. You can just go about your normal routine if you want, and I'll try not to get in your way. Or you can just put me in a corner somewhere and pretend I'm not there. Whatever works for you. No offense, but you take up much more room than you think, so I doubt that would work. Touché. Once again, I found myself being drawn in by his soft laughter. I couldn't help but chuckle along with him. Was it always this easy talking to him? It was like we were childhood friends reminiscing about old times or something. Except the only one making it awkward now was me. Glancing back at Ren, I noticed how he's still looking at me with those expectant eyes of his as he looms over me in the entranceway. He obviously didn't want to do something I'd be uncomfortable with, and he couldn't really suggest anything since this wasn't his home. So I guess the choice was up to me after all. Let's see. Watch some television, make a late night snack, suggest getting ready for bed, or ask him to leave. Well, we're not gonna do the last option because that would be kind of awkward. Let's just make a late night snack. I'm sure we haven't eaten dinner yet. Are you hungry? I think I've got some leftover takeaway still in the fridge that I can heat up, or we can raid my pantry for some snacks if you prefer. Is that okay? I don't want to be a bother. Not at all. I'm feeling a bit peckish anyway. Well, alright then. Settling onto the couch with some microwaved food and snacks, Ren and I then decide on something to watch. There wasn't much on this time besides some B-list horror flick, and to my surprise, I find out that Ren actually liked those kind of movies. Or at least, he seems to enjoy it with the way he was hunched over in his seat, gaze intently staring at the screen as a hunt sequence begins. But I suppose I could understand the intrigue, seeing as once I glanced back at the television, I found myself completely enraptured by the suspense and overall chilling atmosphere of it all. The killer was chasing down his victim now, and I watched with bated breath as he stalks his way towards the door, cutting off the glow of light from underneath the door frame. Almost smugly, like he knew exactly where his victim was hiding, the masked killer knocks on the door before letting himself in. He walks with heavy footsteps towards the edge of the bed before ever so slowly bending down, lifting the quilt up, raising his axe, and... Ah! Wha? It wasn't the jump scare that got me, but rather Ren's abrupt yelp. Clenching my shirt where my rapid heartbeat thrummed against my chest, I spare a glance at the lanky man with fleeting anger in my eyes. Sorry, I really didn't think a cheap jump scare like that would get me. And here I thought you enjoyed watching these kinds of films. I do, I guess I wasn't paying much attention at the time. I see. I didn't in fact see. We can change the movie if you'd like. You don't have to watch it because of me. I know you prefer watching anime anyway. Nah, I don't mind watching some scary movie if you... Huh? How did you know I liked watching anime? That side of me wasn't something I'd go around telling strangers, and I certainly remember if I told it to Ren. Oh, I saw one of your posters on your wall when we came in. Attack on Giants or something, I think? Oh, right. I forgot I hung that up when I first moved into my apartment, but I'm surprised that he noticed it from all the way in the lounge room. But shouldn't it be dark by now in that hallway? It's not like there were any windows to let in the moonlight, and I hadn't turned the light on yet. I actually like the anime too. I've recently started watching it because, well, I thought it looked interesting. He watches Attack on Giants? Well, now that I thought about it, it made a lot of sense. He definitely gave off Haruko vibes, and his oddly specific hairstyle and timid personality were proof of that. Then again, it really might have been a coincidence after all, but there was no harm in asking, right? Is that why you styled your hair like that? Because it honestly reminds me of one of the characters from it. He's one of my favorite characters, actually. Do you know him? Haruko, he's the sorcerer who... Come on, Belphie. Tone it down. This wasn't Moth you were gushing to. No one needed to see this cringy side of you. Although looking at Ren, he did seem to be interested in what I had to say. But then again, it was probably just being nice. Maybe it is just a trending haircut or something. Sorry. I like Haruko too. He's very timid and sweet, isn't he? I guess that's why he's a fan favorite, huh? do you normally go for guys like him? There's that switch in personality again. Was he always like this? I was beginning to think that it was more than just an act he was putting on. He's your type, right? Actually, I get a weird sense of deja vu from his words. I find myself thinking back to the time when Moth asked me that very same question. Now that I thought about it, Ren definitely fit the description I gave them. He had Haruko's looks and personality, but also liked to dress in that cozy, soft academia aesthetic that I liked. But my interests were ever-changing and dependent on my hyperfixations, so I couldn't say for certain what my current type was. As if noticing my far-off stare, Ren breaks the silence by talking once more. Oh, but you had asked me about my hair, right? I guess it does have something to do with Haruko, but at the same time, not really. I chose this hairstyle because of other reasons. Well, that certainly was ominous. But before I could ask, I watch as Ren subtly tries to mask a yawn by turning his head to the side while covering his mouth. It was endearing how he tried to pass it off as though he was simply looking around the room. But I knew better. Tired? I can go get your bed set up now if you'd like. Just give me a second to pull out the air mattress. It's fine, I don't want to be a bother. I can just sleep on the floor or something. I really don't mind. Honest. But I have timber flooring. Seriously, don't worry about it. I'll just be 2 seconds. I get up from my spot on the couch and make a beeline for my closet before he can respond. And yet, I barely got 3 meters away before I could hear the heavy, telltale footsteps of Ren following close behind me once more. Almost like a lost puppy. It was honestly kind of cute. Shaking my head to dismiss those thoughts, I pull out my trusty air mattress from the closet and begin setting it up in the lounge room. That is, until I found out that it had a massive gaping hole on the side. Those damn rats, I swear, if I had the chance to move apartments, I'd take it in a heartbeat. But until then, I'll continue to send complaint after complaint to that good-for-nothing landlord. Really, I don't mind sleeping on the floor. And like I said, I have uncomfortable timber flooring, unless... You could share my bed, you can sleep on my couch, my hallway has carpet, maybe if I stack some blankets on the floor. I don't want to pick we can share a bed because with a stranger is crazy, but I feel like we have to for the plot. Honestly, the most reasonable thing to say is like, you can sleep on my couch. But let's just pick you could sleep on my couch and then we can come back and pick you can share my bed. Why didn't I think of that sooner? But no, I just had to go embarrass myself by attempting to blow up an air mattress, only to find out that it had holes in it because of rats. I'm going to be known as a rat person now. I'll never be able to show my face. Yeah, the couch is fine, but I don't really mind sleeping on the floor. Honest. Why is he so adamant about sleeping on the floor? Oh, he doesn't seem fazed about the rats after all. No, it's okay. I'm the one who asked you to do this favor in the first place, so I owe you. After setting up some blankets and extra pillows from my room, I showed Ren the way to the bathroom in case he needed to go, and bid him goodnight. It was like my feet were on autopilot as I returned to my bedroom. Silently shutting the door, I awkwardly looked around my room as if I was the guest in my own house. It didn't feel awkward per se, but knowing that I had brought home a complete stranger still didn't sit right with me. But still, Ren showed no signs of wanting to murder me in my sleep, and Violet did meet him before he came inside. So maybe this wasn't so much of a bad idea after all. I somehow felt safe in his presence, and even though we had just met, I felt like I could trust Ren enough to leave him unattended in my lounge room. With that thought in mind, I slowly slipped underneath the covers of my bed sheets and eventually began to drift off. So Ren, huh? I wonder what tomorrow will bring. Let's save. Okay, let's go back and and see what happens if we tell him. Did you recently update to day 5.5? No. You should have no issues there. Alright, you could share my bed. Wow, did I really just suggest that? And where did I suddenly get so much confidence from? At that, I could feel my entire face flush, and I could barely spare a glance at Ren to notice that he was sporting a similar demeanor. You're... Oh, sorry, I don't know why No, I don't mind, it's just... Is that really okay with you? I don't want to make you uncomfortable by invading your personal space, and I really don't mind sleeping on the floor. No, it's fine. I'm the one who asked you to do this favor in the first place, so I owe you. After showing Ren to the bathroom to freshen up and changing into my own pajamas in the laundry room, I met him in the middle, and we both made our way to my bedroom. I didn't bother flicking on the light, knowing fully well that I'd be busy ignoring his presence next to mine by pretending to be asleep. So instead, I awkwardly lead him in before turning to face him in the darkness. You can just pick whichever side you prefer. You first. Oh, but maybe I should be the one in the closet? Why would I say that? That's not what it says. Oh, but maybe I should be the one closest to the door, just in case? He really didn't need to be so considerate, but nevertheless, I took my side on the left and slowly slipped underneath the sheets. Hold on, I need to sneeze. Okay, I ended up not sneezing, so... It must have looked forced, but I awkwardly pat the empty space next to me and shoot Ren a crooked smile. He slowly makes his way over and joins me underneath the covers. And before he could say anything, I slammed down a pillow between us. Just in case I roll over or something, I'm known to be a cuddler in my sleep. Oh, that's fine, that's fine. I'm the same, I think. You think? I mean, no one's told me yet, but I've woken up to my limbs tangled around my pillow more times than I can count. I see. Yeah. Great. Now it's awkward again. But being this close to Ren, I could smell his scent once more, and it almost felt comforting. I had to fight the urge to roll over onto my side and face him, or rather the pillow, once more. The bed dips as Ren moves around to get comfortable, and I find myself wondering what he might be looking at right now. Was it my ceiling, the pillow between us, or was he laying on his side and facing the wardrobe? Why was I so concerned in the first place? Sure, I suppose I did find him rather interesting, but that didn't really explain why I wanted to look at his face one more time. Did I want to get closer to him, or was I curious about what the stranger was currently doing in my bed? Okay, I guess we can just go down the line here. Let's call out to him. Ren? His response is almost immediate, and I felt as though he was waiting with bated breath for me to talk. The bed dips under his weight before his crown of pink hair comes into view, and I silently stare back at him in the dark. There seemed to be some unspoken tension between us, and I had to fight the urge to act upon it. Wait. What kind of unspoken tension? What exactly was I feeling, and why did I want to find out? Lean over and kiss him! Oh my god. We're kissing him. We're kissing the stranger that we brought home and we just met today. That's crazy. Before I could think, I find myself leaning over and leaving, leaning over, and drawing my face closer to his. Ren seems to be on the same wavelength as me, as I feel the warm breath fan against... I can't read right now. Let me start over. Let me reread this. Before I could think, I find myself leaning over and drawing my face closer to his. Ren seems to be on the same wavelength as me, as I feel his warm breath fan against my cheeks, as his own face draws nearer to close the distance. One of my hands shoots out to rest against his chest, but before I could stop myself, I leaned in the rest of the way. Almost immediately, I was met with a pair of soft lips and the taste of cherry on my mouth. My eyelids flutter shut at the sensation, and I let Ren's overwhelming presence engulf my entire being. The smell of fresh mint, masculine deodorant, and something that was so wholly Ren flooded my senses, and I felt myself becoming intoxicated by it all. It was like two pieces of a puzzle slotting together with how perfectly our lips seemed to meld with each other, and I couldn't pull myself away. One of his hands rises up to cup my cheek, and I find myself keening softly as Ren tilts his head to deepen the kiss. He takes my bottom lip into his own and gently bites down before his tongue joins in, curiously prodding against my lips as if to test the waters. When I meet him halfway with my own, he seems to have finally found the reassurance he needed before deepening the kiss even more. His other hand rests on my waist before gently pulling me closer, clearly not wanting any distance between us. So Ren wanted this as much as I did. I could feel how eager he was as he kissed me with more desperation and fervor than anything I'd ever imagined in my life. But we could only go on for so long before one of us needed air, and that someone happened to be me. When I pull away, Ren practically whines at the loss of contact. I watch with slight amusement as his lips unconsciously follow to seek out mine once more before his eyes flutter open. A beat passes as we just stare at each other, taking in the moment and to process what had just occurred. His hands are still on me, and it was only then when I noticed that he was tracing faint stars on my cheek with his thumb. Did that really just happen? He's also confused that this just happened, because I can't believe this just happened. His voice is soft, so soft that I could barely make out what he was saying. He's staring at me with so much overwhelming adoration in his eyes that I couldn't help but look away. And that was when I saw just how much the kiss affected him. Uh-oh. Does this mean what I think it means? As if noticing how red his cheeks has gotten, Ren lets out an awkward sound and timidly turns his face away from mine. Sorry, Belfie, it's just that kissing you felt really nice. I didn't want to stop. Not that I would have kept going if you told me to stop. I just, well, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'd really like to kiss you again, if you want to. Taken aback by his sudden boldness, I had to allow myself a moment to collect my thoughts. These options suck. I wonder if they change if we are on the 18 plus DLC. Because I know damn well we heard what he said. But let's just say sorry, what was that? Oh, nothing. Forget I said anything. Sorry, you probably want to sleep now, right? I'll let you do that. Good night, Belfie. Giving him a weak reply. Could he even hear me? I awkwardly turn over onto my side and settle back into bed. As Ren does the same, I feel the mattress shift once more, and a heavy silence lingers in the air. Maybe he fell asleep already? Deciding to push my luck and break the silence once more, I whisper to Ren one final time. Good night, Ren. Good night, Belfie. Sweet dreams. I'll stay up a little bit longer just in case anything happens. So don't worry about a thing and just get some sleep, okay? No one's gonna break in on my watch. I'll see you in the morning. The fleeting touch of his hand still lingers on my cheek as I find myself drifting off into blissful sleep. That was pretty cute. I mean, it's kind of crazy that we kissed him. I don't know if I really feel like we should go through the other options or not. I also wonder if us kissing or like letting him stay in our bed changes anything for the next day or not. I'm assuming it does because we have seen like things kind of change based on our choice. Let's go ahead and move the pillow. Because I feel like if we say goodnight, we're just gonna get an ending where like we just say goodnight and then go to bed. Before I can stop myself, my hand reaches out to move the pillow from between us. I was immediately met with soft blue eyes, which I could see widen in surprise even in the darkness of the room. Hi. What is that reaction? Hey. Talk about awkward. Yeah, I'm getting secondhand embarrassment from this. Without realizing it, I discard the pillow somewhere behind me as I continue to stare deeply into Ren's eyes. There seemed to be some unspoken tension between us. I had to fight the urge to act upon it. What exactly was I feeling? Why did I want to find out? Okay, so I'm assuming that I guess that we'll end up with the same option if we kiss him like we did before. Let's just backtrack. Actually, never mind. Sorry. You don't need to apologize. If anything, I should be the one apologizing to you. I'm sorry if I'm making you uncomfortable. I can still sleep outside if you prefer. No, you're fine, really. Anyway, we should get some sleep, yeah? I turn on my side to face the window, but not before casting a final glance in Ren's direction one last time. Good night, Ren. Good night, Belphie. Sweet dreams. I'll stay up a bit longer just in case anything happens. So don't worry about a thing, and just get some sleep, okay? No one's gonna break in on my watch. Okay, this is basically the same. I'll see you in the morning. With his protective presence and soft voice still in my mind, I soon found myself drifting off into a blissful sleep. I guess that's it for day 1. I don't know how I'm feeling so far. I guess we'll just have to see how the story progresses in day 2, which I'll be playing in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys. Bye bye!